Okay, today we're going to be doing lesson 13.3, writing numerical expressions. This is that step past the order of operations that we were talking about the other day. So a baker packages 12 cupcakes to a box. Sean orders 5 boxes for his sister's graduation party and 3.5 boxes for the variety show party. Write an expression that could show the calculations you could use to find the number of cupcakes that Sean orders. So we need to figure out what type of expression, what type of number sentence we could write to solve this problem. So the baker packages 12 cupcakes to a box. Sean orders this many boxes for his graduation party. He orders 5. So we know that we're gonna take 5, right? And we're probably gonna want to multiply it by those 12 cupcakes because that's how many are in each box. And then he orders 3.5 for the variety show. And we know that there are 12 cupcakes in the 3.5 boxes. So we're going to multiply that as well. And then it asks us to find the expression that shows what you could use to find the number of cupcakes that Sean orders, the total number. So you're gonna add those two things. So using order of operations, you would multiply, this is 60, this is 12 times 3.5. Remember, when we're multiplying by decimals, you do not have to line them up. This is multi-digit multiplication, however, so you need to remember the turtle head method. You need to count how many places over, 1 place over, so 42, and that answer is 102. So what we're gonna be doing in this lesson is figuring out, taking from a word problem or taking from a phrase, what the expression is, and then you are going to be solving it. If you look in your book or online at the next page, when you turn your page, you find another example of this. This is another word problem. So the school auditorium has 546 seats on the main floor and 102 in the balcony. Every seat is filled for all of the shows. Write an expression that shows the calculation you could use to determine how many tickets were sold. So then it tells you down here, you first need to figure out how many tickets were sold. So you're gonna add both of those seats, and then you're gonna multiply by the number of performances. So there, and then you see this picture over here, there were 4 performances. So the numerical expression that you would say is find 4 times the sum of 546 and 102, because sum means add, and multiply is where the 4 times comes in. The numerical expression that you would write would be 4 times 546 plus 102. And you would need to put those in parentheses because you need to add before you multiply. And if you did not have the parentheses in this numerical expression, you would multiply 4 times only whatever number you had come first, not the whole thing. So you need to make sure that you add those parentheses, so that step is done first because you need to add these 2 numbers before you multiply times the 4 shows. So your classwork today is going to be in your book. I have also attached it in the doc, in the Google Doc. It is page 749. I only want you to do the front. You don't have to worry about the back. I do want you to do numbers 3 through 11 odd. So I'm gonna go over 1 or 2 of the evens just to make sure you're good. The first couple, actually all of them, they're not word problems, they're just the expressions. So you need to figure out what it is that it's asking you. So number 4 says find triple the difference between these 2 numbers. So these 2 numbers, first of all, let's look at that. It's asking us to find the difference between. What does difference mean? Well, that means you need to subtract. So you know you're gonna have to subtract these 2 numbers. I'm gonna go ahead and put parentheses around them because subtracting is not something, it's like the 4th step in PEMDAS. It's not the 1st or 2nd. Now triple the difference. When you're tripling something, it means you're doing it 3 times bigger than. So you would be multiplying all of that times 3. So that would be your answer for number 4. So let's look at number 6, and then I'll let you do the odds for classwork today. 6 is add 49 to the quotient of 125 and 5. Quotient is the answer to a division problem. So you're going to be dividing 125 divided by 5, and you are adding 49 to this answer. So when you're adding, you can either put it in the front or you can put it in the back. Either way, you're going to be adding, because order doesn't matter when you're adding, so you can go in the front or in the back. You don't need parentheses anywhere because you're going to be dividing first, because PEMDAS tells you to divide before you add. So you're going to be, you don't have to solve these numerical expressions yet. You're just going to be writing them. So I just want you to, in your book, or if you don't have your book, use the link that I gave you and write it in your journals. You're just going to be writing down the numerical expressions for numbers 3 through 11 on page 749.